Oh my God, look at this semiconductors from 2020 up to 2026. Free runs, you know. Stocks like Nvidia, Micron, AVGO, CrowdStrike, Intel, you know. Around 2000, first run 200%, second run 240% from 2022 to 2024. Then before decline 47%. Then after 2022, 47% decline, and the last third run 240%. There will be decline 40% of semiconductors. You ready to short? Intel, Micron, SanDisk. All these stocks will fall down. You see, always free runs, just like the Bitcoin. Every bubble works, in .com, every kind of stock which has just the name in it. Internet in 1990s, they were saying, "Oh my God, the internet will change the world. The internet will change the world. The internet will change the world." Yeah, it did change the world. But the stocks which they put a name in it, internet, they collapse. Because in a moment your taxi driver, like I arrived 2016, everybody taxi drivers in Maria Helvostrasse in Vienna were asking, where can I buy a Bitcoin? When your grandma buying, it's time to sell. You see, I mean, I don't need to be Howard Marks or Warren Buffett or Ray Dalio to figure out that there is an incredible hype. You see, and if you didn't catch it in 2000, you didn't buy Nvidia or Palantir. If you didn't catch it in the second run, when media still start to a little bit noticing it, but CIA brainwashed for free working agents on the Bloomberg TV and Schwab, the extremely stupid people didn't start to propagate the hype and the corrupted monetary system, you could still make some money. But certainly now you're really gambling. When you're on the top of the hill, you buy it. But you can make a money to all the way down. You see? First, I call it the first gate of the hell, which will open up. Or if you will, the first angel blew the trumpet, and one third of the earth turned into the fire. So that's the first angel blowing on the trumpet. But the people don't realize one thing. I mean, I have something worse than economical crisis coming here. That's a collapse of the fiat currencies. Everybody knows this, right? I mean, like the currencies collapsed 100 times for last 2,000 years. Copper, all that things, these Munzen, these coins. So if today, since 2007, the maturity 30 years government bonds are sold because they hit 5%. It didn't happen since 2007, they would sell it, you see? So that's what's happening already. The whole economy screaming, it's over. But the problem is that people think there will be some little recession. There is difference between recession and the depression, you see? Recession, depression, and then there is something worse, like a bazooka. You see, there is something where you can only conserve your money in the gold. You see, or before it will fall down, you can time up the great option lottery tickets for $1,000, and when the market fall down, they strike to 100,000 thousands. That's the when the star falling down, you make a wish or the government. You see, so when you watch the whole market climbing up for 80 years since 1950s, and now it's gonna collapse. You can monetize the fall. That's when the multimillionaire and generation wealth is born. 99% of stupid mass sheeps, idiots, believing the US government, whatever. I don't question magnifying seven so much, like Nvidia and these stocks, but look at the Palantir, it's fuck up. What a great stock they say, it's great, it's in the shits. It's like, and okay, maybe the Nvidia will not fall down. Maybe not. Who knows? But certainly the other stocks, the other semiconductors like Intel, Micron, you know, AVGO, ScanDisk, CrowdStrike, etc. Name it. All these small stocks going down the drain. It's like these internet stocks in 1990s. The internet didn't the internet did change the world, but there was a correction dot bubble. But with this difference that the dollar didn't collapse during the dot bubble, so there was some kind of recession. In 1920s, 30s, there was depression. COVID was a recession, but now it's a black swan. Now you have this maniac Mickey Mouse on the fentanyl from the White House, flying around the world, buzzing, playing video games, Nintendo, oil up, gold down. So you have this idiot, this rocket man, right? He's on the whatever kind of pills or whatever he's doing it like the cheap cocaine. He's not even doing the classic one, right? So you have this melting brain idiot and Kushner and all these idiots who are actually toying him up and puppeteering that bitch, because I don't think so this idiot is able even to put together some basic IQ test like this cube. You put in, they were 3 years old, like, you have to put in. I don't think so this guy is capable of thinking more than IQ 80, 90, and he's a kind of an actor, but these idiots behind him obviously benefiting from this. Yeah, so the question is, what's gonna happen? They said they will reorganize, they will resolve the problem with the hormones, and we can see there is no military solution. Oh, really? No shit, Sherlock. The oil will go 850, 200. You got a fucking Epstein files. There is some cover CIA covert operational again. Let's skip the psychological but it's all about psychology. You see, it's all about listening the music, and you take synthetical data from your emotional intelligence. You see, this intuition, this feeling, this moment of clarity when you wake up and you are like, everybody is like broken clock, like for example, Michael Barry. So let's say you're talking about this, that there is big crash coming for 20 years, you're saying it every week. Eventually, you will be right on the end. But it's up to everybody who got this kind of skills to decide when is the moment. When is this inner alarm in me saying like, I knew it, I know it, I just woken up and it's end of the world. And we already knew it will happen. You're 92 years old and what you gonna do when you know you die tomorrow? Maybe you have a couple of years. You shave up, you don't wanna think about that, and you play the golf, right? That's but the truth is, whatever kind of chart, Schiller chart, Bram, whatever, inverted L's, whatever you want to call it, government, whatever kind of chart, mathematically, the data are compatible to this subconscious intuitive feeling, to this gift to smell it, you see. So, in my opinion, like for last 10, 20 years, the data for me are compatible with my feelings and with mathematics, you see, because mathematics is the nature is mathematics, you see. Mathematics is not nature, you cannot calculate, it's part of, it's the other ways around. There was information first, and then the matter happened after, you see. There are informations, you can measure it by Google, by thermodynamics, you know it has some certain heat, the information. There is some information in the hanging around. And you can, for example, metaphorize it or like some kind of a symphonic orchestra. And you would say the semiconductors is an open gate to the hell. It's the first angel who blew the trumpet, whatever you want to call it, religionistic or artistic metaphor or mathematical. That's the first recession, which is part of the whole process of the collapse of the monetary system as we know it, the fiat currencies. And this is as well part of whole socio-economical, metaphysical mutation of the world as we know it, you see. So think it over, like if it's, let's say, symphonic orchestra, you could hear that something wrong is with the first violinist, he's violated a little bit, and you see some tunes like and you're like, what the hell is going on over here, right? And then you eventually cannot hear the music because he's not playing anymore, and you're holding the biggest excrement with you accumulated during the history of the capitalism, and you're asking how the hell does that happen? But I would say that it's not like we have some problem with the first violinist. You see, I would say that there is some kind of a you know, concert, and this is the semiconductors. and we mistaken the the theatrical play or the best piece from for the for just another one. It's another game. You see, you sitting, or you, let's say, let's put it in the in the more cultural, compatible communication. Let's not go in 17th, 16th century, because if there's some American people, they even don't know what is symphonic orchestra. So let's say you're watching the Rolling Stones, right, or some rock and roll musical group. So there is this pre-group, there is this pre-capella, whatever they call it, this not famous people, and this is the Semiconductors falling down 40%. And then you listen the first musical group, and they will lose the guitarist, the strings get broken. You say, oh my god, it's a shit. I don't give a shit. They have some problem with musical instruments. Here comes the Rolling Stone. They will help me. They will make me feel good. The first, pre it was not the program. In this case, people think that there will be correction, that the Rolling Stones start to play, and then Mick Jagger will have some problem, and the string will, get broken on his guitar. Sometimes they let him play electric guitar because he's a terrible player, or maybe he has some problem. He has a revma, Mick Jagger, and he fall down. Oh my God, he's like, I think I put it like that. Then now you're listening some pre-group, with Semiconductors 40% down. You're listening some not very known famous musical group, and the string just broken with the lead guitarist. And then in 1 hour later, the Rolling Stone come and they start to play, and what's gonna happen? It's gonna happen that all of them fucking die on the stage. That's gonna happen. They all die. Mick Jagger, everybody, Kate Richards, they all fucking die, you see? They fucking die. They will have a heart attack as they collapse, all of them, you see? Yeah? And then the whole stage blow up, you see? And then you, like an auditorium, you will watch it. The whole fucking big concert hall, whatever where it is, the whole Woodstock will blow up. That's how I would put the metaphor, you see. So that's what's gonna happen. But if you know this shit, you can always jump on the plane, fly down to Uruguay or Argentina and trade the world, collapse from sunset to sunrise. If there will be some instruments you can trade it on, because I don't think so. It will be possible, you see. So at least you will hold the golden brick, but please don't hold it in the Zurich, because then you have to pick it up through the radiation there, right? That's the problem of geopolitical problem of the Switzerland. It depends on the circles. It depends on the, when you throw the golden brick on the, in the lake, give me call if there is a rectangular or square shape on the pop up. It's always circle, you see. It depends what kind of circles you're looking, what kind of cycluses you're looking. Socio-economical, financial, cultural. This is agriculture, bronze, end of the Bronze Age, even not close to it. It's 20 times multiplied agricultural revolution. It's something which never been here, because there is internet and this artificial intelligence, and this mix is very unknown for us, you see. So